Data seems to be used everywhere nowadays, from Netflix to Amazon, banks to sports.
But would you ever imagine real-time data would be important in the beer business?
It is, from what News Channel 9's Jeff Kulikowski found with his Syracuse company, providing key information minute by minute to bars, restaurants, and brewers around the country with their system made in central New York.
The brewing industry is about as big as it's ever been, with more and more options out there every day for us to enjoy.
We did about 60% of our volume in bars, and of that volume, 90% was on draft. So what we found is a very inefficient marketplace, like archaic systems.
Young, who started as a craft beer distributor upstate, decided to look for a way to modernize that system. He says the bar itself has a lot of inefficiencies, starting with a lack of real-time data, leading to theft, loss, and waste.
For kegs, they have to go in the coolers, lift kegs, and then they make an estimate and put it into some type of spreadsheet or a software, and that's done on a weekly basis.
So in 2005, Young started BeerBoard and used the first year or two with a couple partners to refine the system of tracking beer sales to make it much more efficient.
How can we create this best-in-class platform that would solve that problem?
For starters, BeerBoard put flow sensors on every tap, tracking each pour by the minute. That's then reconciled to what's rung up at the register, eliminating loss for one thing.
Over pours, ringing the correct products, unauthorized comps that they can now control. You just got the pour on Middle Ages Syracuse Pale Ale.
Because BeerBoard gives GMs real-time data, minute by minute if they want, on any platform, email, text, mobile app.
You go on, you just log right in, and it gives you all the information of what you sold, how much you sold at.
The Copper Top Tully's chain, based in Syracuse, was one of the first to jump on board.
We use the data to analyze the different trends for our beer, for our guests, see what they do enjoy, so we can give the guests what they want, 100% satisfaction.
This little device measures almost to the drop beer levels here in the keg room.
Our mission is really taking data and technology and all these cloud applications that are out there. We really focus on how do we make the technology fill a gap in the operations of the restaurant to help them make things easier, make it more efficient, and help them make more money.
It's pretty easy to use, very easy to use.
They don't want to look for data, and they don't want to crunch numbers. What they want is help in understanding what are the right things and right decisions to make.
Actionable data, as they call it, used across the country, including at every single Buffalo Wild Wings location, nearly 1,300 of them, including this one at Township 5 in Camillus.
So, Mark, I'm looking at their menu here. Right. How much influence do you have over what's on the beer menu?
Right, so we manage all of their content for their draft and bottle lists, and even help them with promoting their local features at every store.
Helping them provide the best guest experience by ensuring what's on the menu is what's on tap, and what's on tap is what people want.
It's a fun ride to develop it, again, commercialize a great technology and build great relationships across the country, and we started it right here in Syracuse.
Clearly, they've tapped into something with their platform made in central New York. Jeff Kulikowski, News Channel 9.
I'll direct to that one. Well, besides being in thousands of bars and restaurants across the country, BeerBoard is now doing business with 10 of the top 15 brewers in the U.S.
And listen to this, the company now has 30 employees, 20 based right here in Syracuse.